Welcome to our English podcast, where we dive into the world of language learning with your host, Alex. Today, we're exploring 20 phrases to sound like a native. Through this engaging story, you'll uncover essential phrases that will help you speak English more naturally. As we journey together, expect complex vocabulary and notable grammar choices to be explained briefly in line, making it easier for you to follow along. Whether you're in a bustling city or the quiet of your study room, this podcast is designed to boost your confidence and fluency. Let's get started. The city hummed with life, a symphony of sounds that seemed to rise and fall with the rhythm of the day. Car horns blared in the distance, mingling with the chatter of pedestrians and the occasional bark of a dog. I stood at the edge of this urban orchestra, feeling its pulse as I prepared to greet you. "Hello, everyone," I began, my voice warm and inviting. "It's Alex here, and I'm thrilled to embark on this journey with you." Imagine the bustling streets around us as the backdrop to our story, a reminder that language is alive, vibrant, and ever-evolving. As I spoke, memories of my own language struggles surfaced, vivid and humbling. Once, I had been in your shoes, grappling with the nuances of a language that felt foreign and elusive. I recalled the first time I tried to order coffee in a crowded cafe, my words stumbling over themselves, my cheeks flushed with embarrassment. Yet, it was these very experiences that forged my understanding and empathy, meaning, understanding, for the challenges you face. With a gentle transition, the scene shifted to a quiet study room, where the chaos of the city faded into the background. Here, the rustle of pages and the soft glow of a desk lamp created an intimate cocoon for learning. "Let me introduce you to our first essential phrase," I said, my fingers tracing the edge of a well-worn book. "It's practical and versatile, perfect for navigating everyday conversations." The phrase rolled off my tongue with ease, its simplicity belying its power. "This is not just about words," I explained, "but about building rapport, meaning connection, with those around you. It's about sounding natural, like a native speaker." The importance of sounding natural in English cannot be overstated. It opens doors to personal and professional growth, allowing you to engage more deeply with the world. "Imagine the confidence you'll feel," I continued, "when you can express yourself clearly and authentically." As I spoke, I could sense your eagerness, your desire to master this language and the opportunities it brings. "Remember," I encouraged, "each phrase you learn is a step towards fluency. It's about building confidence, one word at a time." In this quiet space, with only the rustle of pages and the steady glow of the lamp, I felt a connection with you, a salubrious breeze, meaning health-giving, of shared purpose. Together, we were embarking on a journey of discovery and growth. Language is not just about grammar and vocabulary, I reminded you, but about the stories we tell and the connections we make. With each lesson, I hope to instill not just knowledge, but the courage to use it. As our time together drew to a close, I left you with a thought, a subtle hook to draw you back. Had I known then what I know now, inversion for emphasis, auxiliary plus subject plus past participle, I would have embraced every mistake as a stepping stone. The city outside continued its relentless rhythm, but here, in this quiet room, we had created a space for learning and growth. I looked forward to the journey ahead, confident that together we would unlock the secrets of sounding natural in English. As I settled into my study room, the hum of the bustling city outside provided a stark contrast to the quiet within. It was a reminder of the vibrant world beyond these walls, a world where language was not just spoken but lived. Today, I wanted to delve into the concept of cultural nuance, meaning subtlety, and its profound impact on language use. Cultural nuance is the delicate art of understanding the subtleties that influence how words are perceived. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. The tone and inflection, meaning intonation, can change everything. Imagine saying "I'm fine" in a cheerful tone versus a flat, monotone voice. The words remain the same, yet the meaning shifts dramatically. I encourage my listeners to practice this skill. Listen to the rhythm of the language, I suggested. Feel the rise and fall of the sentences. It's like music, each note conveying, meaning, communicating, a different emotion. To illustrate, I shared a story from my own journey. Once, during a visit to a foreign country, I had a rather awkward encounter. I had learned the phrase, "Can you help me?" but failed to grasp its cultural weight. In that context, it implied a significant request, not just a casual favor. My tone, too casual, led to a misunderstanding. The person thought I was joking, and I was left standing there, bewildered. This experience taught me the importance of cultural nuance. It's not just about vocabulary. It's about understanding the layers beneath. I asked my listeners to reflect on their own experiences. Have you ever found yourself in a similar situation? I inquired, hoping to engage them in introspection. Think about a time when a simple phrase led to unexpected results. I continued. What was the nuance you missed? How did it affect the outcome? As we explored these ideas, I set a challenge for my listeners. Use a new phrase in a real conversation. I urged. Pay attention to your tone and inflection. Notice how it changes the interaction. The subjunctive mood, a grammatical construction used for hypothetical situations, came into play here. If I were to suggest one thing, I said, it would be to immerse yourself in the culture of the language. Moreover, I demonstrated inversion after negative adverbials for emphasis. Never have I seen such a transformation, I noted, highlighting the power of emphasis in speech. Inversion for emphasis, auxiliary plus subject plus past participle. As our session drew to a close, I felt the familiar twinge of self-doubt. Had I conveyed the importance of cultural nuance effectively? Yet, I reminded myself of my own journey, from struggling language learner to confident speaker. The path was never straightforward, but it was always rewarding. I left my listeners with a final thought. Language is a living thing, I said warmly. It's shaped by the people who speak it, and the cultures that nurture it. Embrace the nuances, and you'll find your voice. The city continued its symphony outside, a reminder that the world was waiting. And with that, I closed the session, eager to hear how my listeners would rise to the challenge. The cafe buzzed with life, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee weaving through the air like an invisible thread connecting each patron. I sat at a small table by the window, watching the world outside rush by. This bustling environment was the perfect backdrop to discuss the importance of practical application in language learning. As I sipped my coffee, I pondered how best to convey this to my listeners. Imagine, I began, you're in a park, the sun casting a warm glow on everything around you. You're having a casual conversation with a friend. This is where the phrases we've been learning come to life. It's not just about knowing the words, but feeling them, letting them flow naturally. The park scenario was a favorite of mine. It allowed for a relaxed setting where language could be playful and spontaneous. Now, I continued, picture yourself in a professional meeting. The stakes are higher, the tone more formal. Here, the nuanced, meaning subtle, differences in how you express yourself are crucial. I paused, letting the idea settle. Language is like a chameleon, I said. It adapts to its surroundings. Understanding your audience and context is key. To make this point more tangible, I organized a role-play exercise. I took on the role of a colleague in a mock office setting. Let's practice, I suggested, using the phrases we've learned. I'll be your colleague, and we'll navigate a typical office scenario. The exercise was lively, filled with laughter and the occasional stumble over words. But each mistake was a step forward, a chance to learn and improve. Remember, I encouraged. Mistakes are part of the process. They make the learning efficacious, meaning effective. As the role-play concluded, I invited feedback. Your thoughts are invaluable, I said warmly. They help us grow as a community. Together, we can refine our approach and make our learning journey even more rewarding. The sound of keyboards clattering filled the study room, a gentle reminder of the work being done. Papers rustled softly as notes were taken, ideas captured in ink. These sensory cues grounded us, providing a backdrop of focus and determination. In these moments, I thought of the salubrious breeze, meaning health-giving, that language learning could bring to one's life. It was more than just words. It was a way to connect, to understand, to be understood. I shared a few tips on adapting language based on the audience. Consider the tone, I advised. In casual settings, be more relaxed. In formal ones, choose your words with care. The subjunctive mood, I noted, was particularly useful for hypothetical scenarios. If I were you, I explained, subjunctive for hypothetical, were instead of was, I'd practice these phrases daily. Consistency is key. As the session drew to a close, I felt a sense of accomplishment. My listeners were not just learning English. They were embracing it, making it their own. The journey was as much about personal growth as it was about language. I left the cafe with a renewed sense of purpose. The world outside was as vibrant as ever, full of opportunities for those willing to seize them. And I knew, with certainty, that my listeners were ready to do just that. The subtle hook lay in the promise of what was to come. Each phrase learned, each nuance understood, was a step towards fluency. The path was clear, and the destination within reach. In the quiet sanctuary of my study room, I find myself reflecting on the remarkable progress you've made. It's as if each of you has donned a cloak of newfound aplomb, meaning self-confidence. This journey through the intricacies of English has been nothing short of inspiring. Your voices, once tentative, now resonate with assurance and clarity. I can almost hear the echoes of your growth in the silent air around me. But let us step out of this tranquil space for a moment and into the vibrant heart of the city. The transition is abrupt, a plunge into the cacophony, meaning harsh mixture of sounds, of daily life. Here the chatter of people, the honking of horns, and the distant hum of construction create a symphony of chaos. It's in such environments that your skills are truly tested. The ability to navigate this auditory maze with ease is a testament to your hard work. To aid you further, I've compiled a list of resources that have been invaluable on my own journey. There are books that delve into the nuances of idiomatic expressions, podcasts that immerse you in native dialogues, and apps designed to refine your pronunciation. Each tool is a stepping stone, guiding you toward mastery. If only everyone could experience this growth. Subjunctive mood, wish, or hypothetical. The transformation. This metamorphosis, meaning transformation, that occurs when you embrace a new language is profound. I recall a time when I, too, stumbled over words, my tongue tied in knots of uncertainty. Yet, through perseverance and practice, I emerged with a voice that felt authentically mine. Returning now to the study room, I urge you to embrace your mistakes. They are not failures but opportunities to learn and improve. Never have I seen such dedication. Inversion for emphasis. Negative adverbial plus auxiliary plus subject. Your commitment is a beacon, lighting the path for others who follow. As we conclude this session, a salubrious breeze, meaning health-giving, wafts through the open window. It carries with it the promise of fresh beginnings and the scent of possibility. Let it remind you that each day is a new chance to refine your skills, an inch closer to your goals.
Thanks for tuning in to the English Peak Listening Podcast. We're glad to be part of your English learning journey, from beginner to advanced. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, share, and leave a review. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and see you in the next episode.